Hi there. In this video I'm going to talk about aspect ratio in DVDStyler, since it's a subject that is confusing to some, and perhaps this video would turn out helpful. I'm using DVDStyler 2.4.3 and I'm running on a Windows Vista system. When you start a new project in DVDStyler, you are faced with the choice between two aspect ratios. The aspect is the ratio between the width and the height of your video, and the only two aspects that are allowed on a video DVD are those shown either 4:3 or 16:9. 4:3 is 1.333 to 1, and I'll choose that one for this project. I'll OK that. And please notice the menu background here, because I don't want any template, but you'll see this shifted because the previous one actually was fitted for 16:9 aspect, and now I have chosen the 4:3 aspect. Here are the assets I'm going to use. The assets is my videos, and I have two JPG files as well. I have here a video called 4_3, which is in 4:3 aspects. Another one here, 16:9. And then I have one here which is 2.35 to 1 aspect. It's a common aspect used in movie theaters for normal movies. It's also known as theatrical aspects or scope aspects. And here I have 3 copies of the same 3 files. But I'll start by dragging this. I arranged them a bit here, and I'll add a text. Call this my title set 1, and I'll just add a background color to it like this. Arrange that by sending it to the back, so. Then I'm going to use another title set, and in here I'm going to use the same files, the copy ones. However, before I started by dragging this one first, you'll see it down here, 4:3. Now I'm going to use this one first. So except for the order of the videos, it's the same as before. I could call that my title set 2, like this. And now what I need more is navigations. I will just add a navigation that allows me to come back to my previous menu, like that. And in that, I'll add some navigation that allows me to jump to the other menu, that one in title set 2. And now I'm ready to produce my DVD. I start by creating an image, and I'll just start that. I can cut this piece out. And now my ISO file has been created, so it was successful. That's okay. And remember, for the project setting I used an aspect of 4:3. In my first title set I used the 4:3 video first, and in my other title set I used my 16:9 video first. So let's have a look at the result. I have my ISO here, and I'll just mount it as a virtual disk like this. Then I'm gonna play it using Cyberlink's Power DVD. So here I am with my title set. This display is actually a 16:9 display, and since I have used a 4:3 for this project, the menu is shown here with black bars, also known as pillar box. And let's have a look at the video themselves. They are also shown here with the pillar box. I'll mute the sound off. If now I'm gonna use a 16:9 video on a 4:3 aspects, then you'll see besides the pillar box that is needed for the 4:3 ratio aspect, you also need letterboxing in order to fit it onto this screen. And if I select the theatrical version, this would get even worse because it has a higher aspect, so you need bigger letterbox pillows to do that. Now what happens in the other title set? This is my title set 2, and you can't see it because it's black, but it still has the pillar out here. But if I start playing my 16:9, you'll see now it actually fits my widescreen. And why is that? Just stop that. While your project setting determines what aspect you use on your menus, what aspects are used in a title set is determined by the first title you use. A title set can only have one aspect, but you may have title sets with different aspects. So since I started by using 4:3, all the titles within this title set would have the aspect of 4:3. In this title set, however, even though the menu itself is in 4:3, since I started using a 16:9 aspect on my first title, the rest of the titles within that title set would also be 16:9. I'm just gonna go back to the video, jump to the menu, and have a look at this. Since this has a higher aspect, even 2.35 than the 16:9, which would equal 1.778, you would still see these black bars, the letterboxing. It is simply needed in order to make it fit here on the DVD. So this was a bit about the display aspect and how it's used in DVDStyler. Some of you may still wonder a bit, those of you with a mathematical education, because if you divide 4:3, you would get 1.333 to 1, and if you divide 16:9, you would get 1.7778. However, the resolution I've chosen for this project is the PAL standard, which is 720 by 567. And if you divide 720 with 567, 7, you would get 1.25, which fit neither of the aspects I have mentioned. And the reason is that beside the display aspect, there's also what is known as the pixel aspect ratio. The pixels that comprise your video are not necessarily square, they are rectangular, so they have a ratio as well. For the PAL standard, that ratio would be something like 1.1, and if I choose the NTSC, the pixel ratio would be around 0.9. I won't talk any more of this, but merely provide a link to this video so you can read more about it. But I hope some of you might find this helpful and take some of the confusion about the aspect ratios in DVDStyler off. Bye from now.